It's Tracey and Noelle. They're gonna make you LOL on 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk.
Hello and welcome to 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk. This is episode 109 and I am your host, comedian Tracey Carnazzo, joined by my co-host, Noelle Winters Herzog.
Hi, hello.
Hi, Noelle. Thank you so much for joining me today. So last week we did have a little bit of a personal scuffle.
We did.
You were not doing your duties. You weren't doing your podcast chores. And I did have to let you go and fire you from the Trash Talk company.
Guys, I was in Kentucky. I don't know what she's talking about.
I'm going to edit that out. So anyway, Noelle, you were sexually harassing some of the employees here at Trash Talk headquarters.
I was. Mm-hmm.
And we had to send you to a training. And then we all had a meeting. Mm-hmm. And we decided to hire you back. It's a conditional hire back.
Okay.
And we'll see how you behave now.
I also had to take a hazmat course.
You did. You had to take a hazmat course. You had to take a food handler's preparation course.
Now I have my food handler's license has been renewed.
You had to get your real estate license.
Mm-hmm. Yes, to sell the studio.
You are now a notary.
Ooh, I wish I was a notary. That would help a lot.
And you've also taken the New York City Police Department test.
I thought you were going to say sanitation.
You've also taken the sanitation test is coming up, so you will take that next.
All right.
I just need you to be certified in everything.
That's a lot of certifications, Tracey.
Yeah,
like
well,
I'm not like a boat captain yet.
Well, that's where we want to get you to. So welcome back. I do hope that you behave because I do enjoy you. I mean, our personal friendship is done.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, because I have to separate them. You know, I'm a CEO.
And I'm a what? A
COO. You're a COO. Remember the first time you were like, I don't know what that means. COO.
A coup? I don't know. I still don't know what that means.
No one knows. There's no way to find out. So
no, I mean, it's not like Google exists or anything.
I don't even know what you're talking about. So we have so many things to talk about. We're here to talk about season 8, episode 11 of 90 Day Fiance. And then also we want to let you know something. We're going to be very soon. We're going to be covering 90 Day Bears All on the Patreon. But if you join the Patreon, there are already over 200 episodes of bonus podcasts that are so unreal. We have Unexpected Trash Talk for TLC's Unexpected. You know it. You love it. Don't lie and say you don't
deny
watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have 90 Day Fiance Self-Quarantine. And then we have our wonderful podcast called BS, where Noelle and I chat. We had a really big surprise. We had my mom.
Yes.
We had my mom this past week, and she told the stories of how cooperative I was as a child in the school setting.
No, you listen very well. You don't try to take control of things.
It's called being a team player. Thank you very much. So you could find out all about us, but there's one. So you could join that at patreon.com/trashtalkpodcast, which you absolutely have to. There's no reason not to.
No, do it.
But regardless of whether you want to do that or not, which you do, you absolutely, this is a mandatory required thing to do. You need to download the Stereo app. The link is going to be in the show notes. It's stereo.com/TrixieTuzini. And we have an after show. It's called Trash Talk After Show, where everything that you want to ask us about the podcast, about ourselves, whatever, can be asked right there on the Stereo app. We go live every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the coolest thing is that you can interact if you listen live, but if you don't listen live, because say you're at church.
Okay. Or dinner, making dinner.
No. All of our listeners are very, very good, loyal, religious people.
Okay.
They're
so
all at
if
church,
you're at church,
synagogue, mosque. We don't discriminate.
The convent.
Yeah, you're nunning, you're summing, whatever you're doing, you can listen afterwards. And all of our old stereos that we've done, we do it every single Wednesday, are there for you to binge listen if you feel like, because I know that a lot of people are like, we don't have enough Tracey and Noelle. Like, here we are.
Hello. Join us.
We're here. And also, it's still never enough.
Listen, it's never enough. It's never going to be enough. But this is an added
We're
bonus.
trying. We're trying. And this is absolutely 100% free of charge. There's absolutely no fees. This is a free app, so it's stereo. And I guess we'll see you there Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Please don't let us down.
No, be there. Please, guys, be there. Be square. Just be there.
Yeah, and download it regardless, even if you're not going to be there on Wednesday, because you could listen at any time.
Yes.
Okay. And also follow Noelle on there at Noe Girl, obviously.
Because that's who I am.
Who's ready to hit the ground running?
I'm ready, Tracey. My feet are going.
Oh, wow. I really like that. So let's start off with a beautiful, wonderfully matched couple who's just very well adjusted and independent, a lot of people skills. Brandon and Julia.
These two. They're so immature. No?
Okay. I don't want to. Yeah, I think that, yes, I think Brandon's more immature than Julia, but both.
Yes,
both.
agreed.
Okay, so now they get to share a bedroom now.
I know. So, now they're probably having all of the unprotected sex.
No.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the thing, and this is what I'm going to tell you. You and I, we do not enjoy vomit.
No.
But the thing is, by being so afraid of it, we do know when it's actually going to happen and when it's a lie. Okay, so they're sharing a bedroom, and now they're on a drive.
Yeah, sightseeing.
And I'm like, yeah, they're sightseeing a billboard about doctors.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Like the wait in the ER. I've seen those before, but that's what you're doing?
He's like, oh, look, Julia, the wait in the ER is 5 minutes.
It's like, oh, cool. She's sold. She's going to stay on the farm now.
She's like, oh, can we go now?
Right? Just in case.
Just, I don't know, just like meet people. We could just mingle in the ER. That would be so amazing. So I just feel like if you're living in an area where that is the main attraction, move. That's what you need to do. That's the selling point. It's like, ooh, what a great billboard. That's beautiful. So she rolls down the window just a little bit just to get some air.
That's the thing. She rolls it down like a quarter of the way.
Right, like she's not gonna heave out the window.
Right.
Okay. So she's like, Brandon, whatever his name is. Brandon, I'm gonna puke. And he's like, oh, okay. Do you want me to pull over? He's driving 90 miles an hour on the highway.
He's not.
Do you want me to pull over? And she's like, I'm gonna throw up.
He's like, okay.
And then she just doesn't. And then
we never hear
we just
about
drop it
again.
And then we just drop it. So the thing is, like, no, I do not want to see it. Thank you, TLC, for not showing anything and not for making her not reenact it or anything like that. But at the same time, like, I knew that I was being primed for something.
Oh, for sure. Yes, I agree.
As soon as they started with the ER, it was like, okay, doctor, medical, throwing up. Okay.
Sick.
All right. I'm picking up what you're putting down. So they are super scared. So he said they need to tell his parents that she's sick right away.
But okay. Why?
Okay. Well, here's the thing. If you want to tell his parents that you're sick because you want them to know she's sick.
Right.
Then I don't think you should, like, they were not. Okay. So they tell his parents, they all sit down and he's like, Julia was throwing up this morning.
Right.
And they're like, oh God, no. Oh God. And he's like, they're like, did you take a pregnancy test? And he's like, no, not yet. And they're like, all right, well, take a pregnancy test and get back to us.
Right.
Okay. If I was sick at someone's farm.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you if I was like, hey guys, I've been getting sick this morning.
I wouldn't assume it was morning
sickness. But what if I'm sick?
Right.
Does anyone care?
What I mean. No, they just assume she's pregnant.
Okay, but what if I'm sick?
Nobody says, do you have a fever?
Are you okay? Did you eat something bad? How are you feeling now? Do you have enough fluids? Did you drink a little bit of water? Do you want some Gatorade? What's going on, Julia? Talk to us.
I guarantee you she ate dinner with them. Like she's... Okay, so they alluded.
Okay, but was she sick, or is this a storyline?
Well, they alluded to the fact that there was an accident a week before, a quote unquote,
Okay, guess what?
Sperm accident.
I am a gynecologist and an OBGYN.
I know that.
Okay, I'm an obstetrician gynecologist. I am an official one. Okay, so you could look that up on obgyn.com. You just type in Reverend Tracey Carnazzo.
Right.
And my name pops up with all of my credentials. It's a real estate license. It's a 6-hour defensive driving course. It's like I have a lot of qualifications. So when you get pregnant,
Yeah.
it takes like a few days.
Okay, I know this.
To even get pregnant, it takes a few days, which
I know.
which is why Plan B usually does work, because it takes a little while. It's not like boom, oh my God, I'm pregnant right now.
Well, that's why I think it's kind of very much with her like mind over matter. Like they had an accident and now a week later she's sick. Like come on.
Okay, but is she sick?
I don't know.
Or is this you understand what I'm saying? Like, or is this a storyline? I just feel like if she was sick, like if I was sick and I was like staying, say, at your mom's house, right? I would be like, oh my God, I'm sick. You know, like I'm worried because I don't feel good.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe you guys
Nobody's
can
saying,
get me
do
some
you
Pepto.
want ginger ale? Right.
Why?
Yeah.
No one cares. And that's where I'm like, I don't know. This seems like too staged.
That makes sense. Sure. So much of the show. Now that you've pointed out so much to me, I see so much of it.
Well, they have a little like a Brussels Griffith puppy. That was one of the caged puppies. They let the caged puppy free on the lap.
I think her name is Maya.
Very, very cute. So here's the thing. She hasn't even taken a test. This is like ridiculous.
But that's why it's like they're making something happen.
Right. And that's why I don't believe it. So now they're all playing Jenga as a family.
Outside in the dark. Really weird.
So even his father, who like wants everything backwards, is like, why would they tell us that without taking a test?
Right. It's stupid. That was probably like the producers were like, ooh, we heard you heaving this morning.
Yeah. She's like, oh, I was just looking at Brandon naked. I'm sorry.
Right. I was just brushing my tongue.
I was just realizing I have to share a bedroom with this guy. I
was just choking on the peanut butter powder in his room.
I was so hungry and I wasn't allowed out of my room. So I was just having a little protein powder snack. And we had no water. I was trying to swallow it dry. It was like that cinnamon challenge.
Oh man.
She was just eating some PB2. Poor Julia. So also Brandon implies that it's Julia's fault.
Okay, he blames her for everything. He's guy, like, he doesn't like her.
Julia's afraid of the cute little animals. I don't know what her problem is. She has a phobia.
Julia won't go on birth control. So it's not about the condoms. It's about her not going on birth control.
Right. Because you have absolutely no part in that at all. Clearly.
Gross. When he talks about like, oh, I must be good at it. Like at pulling out. Gross.
Yuck.
Gross. I hate you.
Yeah, you're so good that she's throwing up.
Yeah. No, you sound great.
She's probably like, no, it's just that every time we're intimate together, I vomit.
I just get sick. Yeah. That's all.
And it's like, you know what, Julia? Same. So now I love that. Like, again, they just don't ask any questions. The parents are like, oh man, I think you're pregnant. So they go to get a pregnancy test the next day.
Meanwhile, it's like, why didn't you just get one on that drive home?
Nope. Because he was busy. Now, here's the things. Do you see her tattoo on her inner arm?
No.
It's on her over here, like on her
forearm. What is
it? It's a crown, like a queen's crown.
Give me a break.
And I was looking the whole time on Brandon's arms to see if he had
Does he have
a king. No, but I'm like, it's just a matter of time before he gets that king tattoo. He's probably just trying to. He's like, let me get ripped first.
He's so. I really don't like him.
I know. Don't you love how we're making up a story and we hate him based on that?
Yeah, right. I over a tattoo he's gonna get maybe in the future that we made up. That's why.
Well, here's the thing. Maybe if she has a baby, they could just breed Julia.
Maybe
at the house.
Sure, there's cages and everything.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like she could just sit on the couch and like nurse the babies. They can make her like a pen.
They can. They could make like a breeding room for her.
And they could just like sell them on Facebook Marketplace. So anyway, yada, yada, yada. She's not pregnant.
Right. And they pretend, oh, what's 2 lines mean? Cool.
Yeah. Okay, great. That's fun. All right. So now maybe.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing this out there. Maybe she should be on some kind of birth control, or they should use some kind of birth control. Now, I want to, as a licensed, registered OBGYN with OBGYN.com, I do want to tell you that there are other birth control methods besides the pill.
Yes, there are.
Like more than you know.
Right. There's like diaphragms.
There's so many things. Also, there's an IUD that has no, absolutely no medicine.
Right. And you could just get it removed.
You don't have to drink it at all.
Yeah. I don't know what, I guess she doesn't want to go on birth control. Fine. But guess what? Use condoms then.
Right. Like I understand. I think that I know a lot of people that don't want to be on hormones.
Me.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you're afraid of getting pregnant, do another thing.
But that's the thing. Like, they're not exploring any other options besides what the rhythm method.
Why don't you guys go to the 5-minute ER?
Yes.
And talk to maybe like a triage nurse.
I think that they'll kind of explain it to you a little better.
They might be able. They'll take your blood pressure and explain what birth control is. Thanks so much. So now, now all of a sudden he wants her on birth control. He wants her on the pill.
Of course he does, and he made it seem like he's always wanted her on birth control.
He's like, yeah, of course. The whole family. We try to all take her as a family to the doctor.
We wanted to just. We were each gonna hold a leg in the chair, you know.
My dad was gonna hold her mouth open while he poured the medicine down her throat, and me and my mom were each gonna hold a leg for no reason.
Just
absolutely no reason.
For sport.
So now they're going to tell his parents that they're not pregnant. So Betty and Ron arrive out of a dark room.
Tracey, when they came out of that room, I'm like, what dungeon are these people walking? Is that the cricket cave? What is that?
They were like, sorry, we were just breeding the crickets. What's up?
What is this?
We were just meditating.
It's like Nova's room. No, not Nova. Jade's daughter. Chloe's room.
So now they sit down to hear the news, and Brandon's such a silly goose. He says it's positive, and then they basically make Julia tell them the truth by threatening her.
Right, like the father goes in on her.
Julia. To be honest with you, that was so funny because he was like, "I'm just gonna get the weakest link and threaten her."
I mean, I don't blame him. I would have done.
He's like, she has the most to lose here.
Right. Oh, that's true. Right.
Hilarious. Good technique, Ron. Now, also, she's saying that she's not pregnant.
She kept saying it.
And Brandon, instead of like just correcting her, is mocking her.
And then he's saying it words with Julia. Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah. Julia speaks pretty good English.
Yeah. None of these people, they don't speak to their significant others correctly at all.
No. Also, let me hear your Russian.
I would love to hear his. Right. How's that going for you?
Oh my God. It's so crazy the way he talks to her.
I know. I agree.
I would be out in a second. Now, when you share a house with someone like that, like these are two separate families trying to coexist. It is so hard to be able to just like stock your own pantry and cook your own meals. And that is why HelloFresh would be just the amazing solution for them. With HelloFresh, you get fresh, pre-measured ingredients and mouth-watering seasonal recipes delivered right to your door. HelloFresh lets you skip those trips to the grocery store and makes home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. And that's why it's America's #1 meal kit. So I don't think they even live near a grocery store.
I don't think so either. And also, again, who wants to figure out what to make?
Oh my God. It cuts out the stressful meal planning and grocery store trips so you can enjoy cooking and get dinner on the table in about 30 minutes or less. Every single one of their recipes has been like 30 minutes or less.
And they've been so delicious.
They even offer 10 to 20 minute meals, low prep recipes, and quick breakfasts and lunches. Yeah. And they have like over 25 plus recipes to choose from each week. There's something for everyone to enjoy. All the recipes are designed and tested by professional chefs and nutritional experts to ensure deliciousness and simplicity. And I got to tell you, I believe that because everything I've made is delicious.
There is not one thing I've made that I was questioned, like if I liked it or not.
I will tell you, there are things that I made that I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like this. And I ended up loving it.
I know. And it's things that it's like they're so easy, but I never would have thought of putting them together.
Right. It's like now. So I made a burrito bowl from them that was so amazing, and it used the green Italian peppers, like the long light
I
green
love
ones.
those. Mm-hmm.
And now I'm like hooked on them.
Yeah, and I never would have thought to put that in a burrito bowl. Mm-hmm.
Never. When you think burrito bowl, you think like spicy. This was like just the right amount of spice to give it flavor, but like not to burn my mouth off.
Sure.
Oh God, I just love them. Guys, go to HelloFresh.com/90day12 and use code 90day12 for 12 free meals, including free shipping.
That's awesome.
It's America's #1 meal kit. So that's HelloFresh.com/90day12. Use code 90day12. Noelle, 12 free meals, including free shipping?
Yeah, guys, come on, do it.
Oh my God. Amazing. I love them. I love them. I can't wait for my next box.
Same.
Speaking of boxes, let's talk about Stephanie and Ryan.
Oh God, I am disturbed by this.
There's a lot to unload here.
Mm-hmm.
So now Ryan is in super trouble when they open the scene.
Yeah, they're all the way. She's yelling all the way.
She's yelling. So now here's the thing. He did something that I just learned about a few years ago that I never knew was like a thing. I didn't know there was a name for it.
Right.
So he made it like he had a condom on.
Yes.
Or maybe he had one on and he took it off.
Right.
Without a discussion.
Right. Like he just took it upon himself to do it.
Sure. And so that is called stealthing.
I didn't know there was a word for it.
I just learned about it a few years ago and I didn't realize. And guys, that is sexual assault.
This is a thing that happens to so many women. It's very common.
I mean, there have been girls on, wasn't it on 16 and Pregnant where she was like, I don't know, he just took the condom off.
Yes. Yep.
And it's like, what?
Yeah. To me, like I would lose my mind.
Yeah, because it's sexual assault. That's why you should lose your mind.
Yes, I agree.
You were sexually assaulted if that happened to you. So she said that she realized it when she asked for a lube and he said, no, there's no condom.
Right. Okay. I mean, I didn't want to hear that, but like, yes.
Now we know all about it. So now this is a quote from him via her. So she said, do you really want to be with me? And he said, this is a quote, you've got to believe how much I want to come to Michigan.
Right. Because he wants to come to America.
Yeah. And I got to tell you, so I remember the first time we met him briefly, I was like, oh, he's a regular looking person.
No, you were wrong. We were
I was
both
wrong.
wrong because
we didn't see him that much. So she said that he blew his chance and she's crying, but the crying is, I don't know what's happening.
I feel like she's drunk a lot. It feels like she's under
not
something.
The influence.
Yeah, she's under the influence of something.
So he said when they asked him that they never even use condoms. He's like,
but
every
now
time
she's
I
like,
come
he
there,
cheated on me.
Right. Every time I come there, she does the same thing. She brings these condoms. She accuses me of cheating, and then we just never use them.
Okay, but also I don't think you've ever pretended to use one and then not. Like I think that you guys she was probably like, forget it. You don't need to use the condoms. I trust you.
And that's why it's like, if I tell you that I want to use one this time.
Yes.
I mean it.
Who are you to take a condom off or to not use one at all? Who are you?
And to like pretend.
My body, right?
Oh God. So now he says that she is effing crazy. And he said that he's been faithful and she's the one that cheated. She did cheat on him.
She did cheat on him and waited a very long time to tell him, and he knew.
But this is so, yes, I absolutely feel for her about the stealth thing. She was sexually assaulted, 100% on her side. And then on the other side of it, she starts frantically saying, where's my mom's ring? Where's my mom's ring? First of all, you gave it to him. He didn't rob you.
Yes.
So even if it was gone, you did give it to him to hold.
But now you see her true colors.
Yes.
She's looking down on him.
So she said that she needs to find the ring. She is tearing things apart. And then she finds it. And she was super scared that he stole it.
And then she's like, I don't care what he steals as long as it's not this.
I don't care if he stole anything else.
Like, what are you talking about?
So he's just robbing you?
Right. So is this the norm with you guys, or are you just being a dick? What is it?
Or are you just being a racist?
Yeah. Well, that's what it is. That's what it comes down to.
And there's so many racist moments with her.
I know.
I mean, even the way she's like, I'm the one who supports your family.
She looks down upon him.
She is trying to control him.
Yeah,
and his
sure.
and his family.
And I really think he's like starting to be like, no, this isn't worth it.
Not at all. So now she calls him,
right.
and she says, "This is a quote. Thank you for not stealing my mother's ring. You would have been dead meat."
I know. I was so uncomfortable with this.
I don't understand what's happening. So then she asked him why he stealthed her. And she's very drunk while she's asking him.
Yes.
She is rolling around. She's rolling around. She's rolling like almost like the other day I made some mozzarella sticks with some gluten-free breadcrumbs and I dipped them in egg. I took some string cheese. I dipped them in egg and then I rolled them around in the gluten-free breadcrumbs. And this is what it reminded me of. Just rolling back and forth.
Yep.
Rolling.
This is like when I used to have a hamster and put him in his wheel and he would roll around the house.
Yes. She's rolling. And speaking of hamster, her ham sandwich is just rolling all over the bed. And then she says, this is a quote, "Lord, take me away."
And now take me away.
Now she frantically says she needs to find a cabana boy because she has tons of slippers and slides and thousands of dollars of watches. Oh, so you want to buy someone else?
That's the thing, because she doesn't care about him. She wants to buy someone.
Okay, but I mean, imagine having such low self-esteem that you have to like keep like, it's almost like going to a dog park and keeping treats in your pocket because you know that none of the dogs will
come over to you. Right. Like you would say my dad would tie a pork chop around my neck when I was
so
little.
The dog would play with you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But like, why are you dehumanizing the men that work at this resort?
Right. Go home. Stop. Because she thinks she's better than everyone in this country.
And like that they would all be happy to have her.
Right. They would be happy to have these fucking Swatch watches of hers. That's what they're going to be excited about.
Oh my God. That one watch that he was wearing with 12 faces on it.
Yep.
It told him the time in Japan and Australia.
Yep.
Oh God. Like he was a deep sea diver.
Gross.
Ryan. Okay. So now Ryan is grosser than ever.
I mean, he's so skeevy.
He's declining rapidly from the first photo that we saw of him. And now Harris calls her and she's complaining to Harris about Ryan. And he's like, "Listen, I warned you about him." And I'm like, oh, he is.
Here we go.
This is such a typical story.
Yep.
It's like, I told you that I was the better one, but you didn't believe me. So she said, you ready for this quote?
I'm ready.
"I need a good, solid friend right now."
Okay. She said, "I need good, solid." And I'm like, she's going to say fuck. She's going to say fuck. She's going to say fuck.
She's like, just for like 2 or 3 minutes. So she wants Harris to come over there. And Harris is like, "Listen, I'll come there tomorrow." Now, Maria calls her back. Apparently she had summoned Maria the psychic.
Yes.
Now, remember something. She told Ryan that she doesn't tell Maria anything. She doesn't give her any information. So Maria calls her back and she says that, and we find out from her that they've never used condoms before.
Right.
Not that it's an excuse.
It's not an excuse, but like I can see where there's confusion also.
Sure. So now this is not psychic advice she's giving her. No. She's just yeah, and but then she goes, yeah, she's like, "You should stay away from this guy. He sounds like trouble." And then she goes, "It's because you're a Pisces." She's like, "Oh, come on. Like, throw in some psychic advice so I can get paid for this phone call."
Right.
She's like, "It's because your moon is in Belize."
And then she's like, she's looking for a sign that she should call Harris. Like, what?
Yeah, she's like, so she asked, she's like, "What do you think about Harris?" And she's like, "Oh, I think he's a con artist too, but maybe he's better."
Right.
But
she's
also,
like, okay, that's all I needed to hear.
She's like, "Okay, good. So definitely call him and definitely be with him, right?"
Yes.
And she's like, "I said none of that."
But it's like now suddenly you want to be in a relationship with him. You don't care about Ryan. What are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about?
What did she say? She's like, "F off and die."
Yeah. And then what, 2020 could eat my ass. She's so bent. She's funny.
She's really, I mean, is she she's like wine drunk. Like she
seems wine drunk, maybe
with
on
pills?
an anti-anxiety medication.
Maybe a little cocktail, if you will.
Yes, a nice little spritzer, a wine spritzer.
Well, Stephanie, she has a Medi Spot and she loves to take care of her skin. And, some people do that. But Noelle and I also like to take care of our skin. And that is why we use Apostrophe, a prescription skincare company for people that are ready to take their acne seriously. And honestly, it's not even just for acne. It could be for fine lines. It could be for anything else like reducing redness, wrinkles, dark spots. I'm using it I have some dark spots on the side of my face and I have some acne on my chin. So I basically have like everything.
My skin needs to be exfoliated. So
you
badly.
you have really dry skin.
Yes.
I have really oily skin, and we're using Apostrophe to reach our skincare goals. So the service at Apostrophe is so amazing. So what you do is you take pictures of your skin and you submit them. You answer some questions about your skin, and all of a sudden there is a dermatologist that creates a routine for you.
It was so easy. It really was really easy to do.
Oh my God. So I love the products. They feel great on my skin. It absorbed nicely. It felt silky. And it has all these ingredients that are really like working, and I'm seeing results.
Yeah, me too.
Guys, you can get $15 off your first visit with a board certified dermatologist at apostrophe.com/trashtalk and use our code TrashTalk. This code is only available to our listeners. This is very exclusive. So to get started, you just go to apostrophe.com/trashtalk and begin the visit, and then use code TrashTalk at sign up and you'll get $15 off your dermatology visit. That's apostrophe apostrophe.com/trashtalk and use that code TrashTalk to get your dermatology visit for $15 off. And we thank Apostrophe for sponsoring this podcast, and everything as usual will be down in the show notes.
Awesome. Show notes.
You love I was going to say you love show notes.
I do. Now when I listen to other podcasts and they say show notes, I giggle every time.
Speaking of beautiful, let's talk about Mike and Natalie.
Okay. I am upset by them too.
Okay, now remember something. They're 60 days into this visa.
I know. It's so crazy. Like, your time is running. It's running out.
Okay, so now we see her. She's going to be calling the therapist.
Right.
Her hair
is bad.
It looks like when I used to have this Barbie, right? And it had like curly hair.
And you brushed it out?
And I brushed it out. I brushed it out. I didn't know. And then it was forever just like this. It almost looked like burnt plastic.
You can never get it back the way it was.
You can't get it back. It's over. So that's what it looked like. I was brushing my Barbie's hair. So she said that she has doubts. So she's going to go to therapy by herself. So she meets Rachel, her therapist, and she says that she does not trust him. Now, she's talking about the situation with Sarah.
Right.
If they're such good friends, why haven't we met Sarah?
Okay, that's what I don't understand. Like, is this real? Like, what is this?
I don't know, but I got to tell you, if you were in that situation and you were Mike,
right,
and roles were reversed, wouldn't you?
I'd be like, why don't
Sarah
we
come
meet her?
around?
Yes, I'd be like, why don't you just come meet her? You can see we're friends.
Yeah, we'll go out. We'll meet her with her husband.
Yes, because she was married. I was there.
Right, and I was her best man. And also, like, don't you think it would be awkward to have a guy you're sleeping with as your best man at your wedding?
Yes, that's weird. Though, I just had this whole conversation yesterday. My dad walked his girlfriend down the aisle when she got married.
Your dad is a very let me tell you something. I used to talk to your dad for hours and hours and hours.
You did. He was a silly goose.
Your dad was a very different person.
Breed. Yes. That's true. There, like, I say it and it's like, oh, but wait a minute. It's like, wait, but he wasn't real. People like him aren't real. Yeah.
No.
That's
People
true.
like him absolutely are not real.
This is true.
Also, we've all met your dad's ex-girlfriend.
That's true.
And that's all I'm going to say about that. If you guys want to hear more about that, you can definitely sign up for Patreon at patreon.com/trashtalk because I can do probably a 10 episode series on Noelle's father's ex-girlfriend.
Oh, that would be so good. That would be so good. You could do it on all his exes, my mom, everybody.
I could literally... Should I be selling this to like HBO?
You could. I bet they would do something fun. for this.
If I could like sit them down and interview them and we could do like a montage of like your dad's ex-girlfriend, I don't think people would believe it.
No,
that would be the
they
problem.
Believe it. They don't think people like him exist. They did. He did. He existed. I promise.
No, he was very
It
real.
all started with his babysitter at 15.
Guys, subscribe to Patreon and I'll see you there.
Okay.
Catch us on stereo at stereo.com. Download the Stereo app. Follow us at Trixie Tuzini and Noe Girl. Okay, so I can't take it. So now she tells the therapist that he was, quote, half naked and stoned, meaning drunk. That's what she means.
Is that what she meant? Because I'm like, what does she mean by this? Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you something. My mother also, when she says stoned, she means drunk.
Well, yeah, my grandmother would call weed dope, like old people do.
Right.
Smoking dope. Yeah, that's true.
Right. Yeah, it's a very different mindset. No, but apparently like that was the slang for it.
Oh, okay.
So it might have just never updated in Ukraine.
Okay.
Or Russia.
I think she's Ukraine.
No,
yeah.
she's Ukrainian.
Okay.
JK. Now.
Yeah.
We find out that she claims that Mike and Sarah used to live together.
So they were like roommate. Okay. I used to live with my male BFF.
Okay, so she's like, so the therapist is like, did they live together as partners or roommates? And she's like, I would never know how to find out. And the therapist, here's the thing, is so crazy. She must have learned this in therapy school. She was like, why don't you ask him?
Right. Oh, that's great advice.
Natalie was like, what? Just like ask him?
Right.
Oh my God, thank you so much. You are
now
amazing.
I know why they pay you the big bucks, you know?
Just ask him. So my mouth makes the noise. And says, were you and Sarah ever dating?
Right.
And then he answers me and then I know.
And that's it.
Crazy.
Who knew?
Okay, so you're not a Seinfeld fan.
No.
Okay, there is an episode of Seinfeld where Jerry Seinfeld is dating a woman and he meets her and she's beautiful.
Okay.
And then he meets up with her again and she is terrible looking. And then he meets up with her again and she's beautiful. And it's like she has like I guess it's like the lighting she stumbles into.
Okay.
Like she's either terrible or amazing. Natalie. That's Natalie.
That's very funny. I need to check that out.
It's a good episode.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's Natalie.
Oh,
Natalie sometimes is like so beautiful. And then sometimes I'm like, whoo.
When she's like no makeup, just like a hoodie, her skin looks so nice. Her hair is just natural. Yes.
And then when she puts on too much makeup, she's terrifying.
In like the confessionals, especially.
Yes. Oh God.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. So now they zoom in on the living room fire. And he's brushing the cat and she's looking at him like she's hunting him.
She's hunting him like a cat.
Yeah. And I guess she's drinking pink lemonade.
I was wondering the same thing. I'm like, this is an interesting drink. Or is this a Crystal Light, maybe?
Oh, maybe. Okay. I was going to say that's like a really unlikely beverage for her.
This isn't
Crystal
a color
Light
found in nature. Right.
So now he says that him and Sarah were only friends. And but here's the thing. Now, I'm going to tell you, Natalie's absolutely insane.
Yes.
Mike will not answer a question directly.
No.
At all. And I don't think there's anything going on with him and Sarah, but I think he almost wants her to think there is.
Until like really this episode or these past couple episodes, I was on his side. And now I'm starting to think he's being an asshole.
He's trying to manipulate her.
Yes.
He's trying to give her a complex and then so that he could turn around and say she's crazy.
And he wants to be able to dangle her, like jerk her around.
Yep. So he said that Sarah and him were only friends and he said that he didn't lie. And now he's playing with the cat hair that he takes out of the brush.
It's good. It's very attractive. I had an asthma attack watching that.
I got hives.
He's
talking in circles.
He's talking in circles and like, I don't know. He wants to have the upper hand because she always had the upper hand and now it's his turn. Yeah.
So he said that she's jealous. He's not even allowed to order from a waitress. She's so jealous.
Give me a break.
Do you not think that though? You don't think that she gives him a hard time all the time? I do.
I think she gives him a hard time all the time, but I don't really think it's so much about other women. I just think she gives him a hard time about everything. Butter,
maybe. So
you know?
She says, and this is a quote, "I'm much beautiful than you."
That
and he
was
says,
mean.
Right. But I think that, listen, and again, I'm not defending her, but I think that she's like going crazy because he will not like look her in the eye and be like, listen, this is what I want to hear from him as just as a listener. I want him to look me, Tracey Carnazzo, in the eye and be like, listen, Sarah and I used to live together.
Right.
It was 2012. We lived in this apartment. She was my roommate. I paid $700. She paid $700.
Right.
I was working at blah, blah, blah. She was a whatever. And I want him to like tell me the story.
Then she met her boyfriend who she eventually married. So she moved
And then
out.
she moved in with him. And then like I moved here and Bo moved in with me. Like tell me the story. What is the backstory? What goes on? Also tell me more about what happened that night.
He won't do it. And the thing is, like, he won't smile anymore. Nothing. He's just so mean.
But tell me, be like, oh God, so we went out for her bachelorette party. I was stupid. I drank 8,000 beers. I winded up passing out on her couch. Her fiance never made it home that night because he got so drunk.
Right.
And I was passed out on her couch and I had my boxers on because I didn't have any pajamas and I was drunk and hot.
I think that Natalie is flipping out, right, because she just doesn't know. So she has to
Can't
make up her own story.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, look me in the eye and tell me whatever stupid story is true.
Nope, he won't.
And now we can move on. But I can't move on until then.
Yep.
Okay, so now, Noelle, you weren't here last week because you were fired. But
yes.
I suspected that this entire house is one room.
You're correct.
I was like, this is one room. Okay, so now what's separating the kitchen and dining area from the living room is a diagonal cabinet.
Right. It's like, I guess, where he keeps dishes or something.
Okay, but why is it
there? Diagonal. Why not just keep it all open?
But what?
Tracey, I was obsessing about this last night watching it.
It doesn't.
It's diagonal.
It's not. It's just. It's like wherever the movers brought it in and he was like, yeah, just put it wherever. And then he just left it there.
That was like that guy that used to do my hair. He would do random chunks.
It's too real. That was the random chunk of cabinetry. Yeah. It was so weird. So now, also something that I noticed, Noelle, there's a hamster cage on top of the refrigerator.
I didn't notice that. That's funny. I was looking at the top of the refrigerator and I noticed it was great value. And I'm like, oh, so he gets his stuff at Walmart. And I didn't even notice the cage.
It's like a bird cage, a hamster cage. What's happening in this house? Now, we all made fun of Natalie. We're like, it's a regular house. Is it?
No, I don't think it's all that regular.
So now he tells her, there's a quote, "We don't fit together at all. I'm not ready to marry you at all."
Okay. And then I would have been like, all right, I'm going to go back to the Yukon.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Okay, bye. So now they go, I guess, to the lake.
This is a theme on this show.
They love to go by a body of water to cry and fight. So they're going to talk, and she wants to go to couples counseling one more time. And he said, oh, I think you need to go alone and get past this.
Asshole. He talks about her like living in the past. Do you see the Bluetooth on his ear that he still wears? And
he's
her
the
living
ghost
in the
of Christmas
This
past.
is what I mean. Does he have a Palm Pilot to go with that? I can't. This guy's so annoying.
He's the ghost of Sequim past. He is the past, but you know what? Yeah. Listen, this is a typical male response. I'm sorry to say it. But a guy will cheat on you.
And make you believe it's your fault.
And then he will be like, why are we bringing that up again? Yeah, I slept with your best friend. That was last week.
I hope one day you could get past this and stop bringing it up.
Stop living in the past. I want to have a nice future with you. And you're talking about 3 days ago when I slept with your mom.
Get over it.
Totally get over it. Noelle.
Yeah.
Natalie. I'm looking at her talking, right?
Okay.
And I've thought about, like, she's on the land, the wood.
Right.
Because it's not a farm, exactly.
No.
I know what she could do for a job.
What?
I think that she would make a spectacular ventriloquist.
She could be the dummy, you mean?
No, well, she doesn't move her mouth.
Yeah, that's true. She doesn't move her mouth. She doesn't.
I think she would be so good at
she
that.
could whittle dummies out of wood. She's already
on her
in the wood.
She's in the woods. She could be like, Mike, can you please cut me down a tree? And she could make dummies.
Uh-huh.
I don't like to call them that. She can make friends.
Mannequins.
And she could be a ventriloquist. I mean, she's been practicing for years.
She's practiced for this her whole life. She's in training. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
She doesn't
she's
move
an
her
amazing
mouth.
ventriloquist. So she said that she wants him to help her get over it and help her heal and help her get past everything that's happened. And she wants her ring back.
By telling her the truth, starting new with her, being nice to her, and letting her know she could trust you. That's really not that hard.
But she wants the ring back, and he said no.
Well, he's using that as like a bargaining chip. You know what I mean? Like, until you do everything I want and I control everything about this and I break you, you will not get this ring back.
And guess what? She said, so I'm not engaged. And he said, no, it would be a lie. And she said she feels manipulated. She should leave. And she's crying, Noelle, I need to go back and talk about this.
Okay.
He said they're not engaged.
Didn't they pick a wedding date?
Aren't they on a K1 visa?
Uh-huh.
So if they're not engaged, then has he been telling her, hey, listen, in 30 days, you have to move?
No.
Okay, then they're engaged.
Well, because why else would he even told her to unpack? Of course they're engaged.
Because if you're not engaged and you're not getting married, then she has 30 days to get a ticket.
Then she's on vacation. Right.
Then you should be clear about that as well, which is fine.
Yes.
Honestly, it's fine if you don't want to be engaged.
Sure. Maybe you needed this trip to know that you don't want to be engaged.
Sure. But then say, hey, listen, I'm not going to marry you. I don't want to marry you.
Yes.
We're not engaged anymore.
Yes.
You have 30 days. You know, you're welcome to stay the extra 30. You know, get your stuff together, get a ticket if you need help with that. But you're going to have to move back or else, you know, I mean, I don't know. The government's going to find you.
Right.
And that's it.
It's pretty shitty. I don't like the way he treats her. I really don't.
Well, speaking of not treating your significant other right, let's talk about Yara and Hovey.
But
that's
just
Hovey.
like her.
That's Hovi. Hovey.
H to the O-V. I
like her so much.
Yeah.
I like her so much that I feel like I should reach out to her and be like, hey, Yara, if you ever need anything.
Yeah, come to New York. I want to be your friend. I like you.
I do too. So she's crying. She ran her makeup. They're in the car on the way to the party.
Right.
And he left her alone for the whole day alone in his parents' house while he went out and ate mud bugs and got wasted.
Yeah, he's an asshole. Uh-huh.
Okay, so they walk into the party. She's wearing like an elegant dress.
She looks so nice.
Everyone is wearing jeans and just screaming.
This is, if they were going to throw an engagement party for me, where my mom lives, this is what it would be. Yep.
Okay, that was too real.
Yeah. It's what it is. But it's like, did she just say like, hey, we're all going to the bar? Or did she say like, hey, we're throwing an engagement party? You know?
She said we're having a small engagement party. So I think she thought it was going to be like an intimate dinner.
Right. Sure. Of course.
They're like, it's at O'Hanley's. And it's in the upstairs room.
Yum.
And it's BYOB. No, I'm kidding. So everyone's just drunk screaming at this party. His mom is on the microphone and she's like, hey guys, listen up. They're going to dance now. And people are just like, yeah.
There was a monster screaming in the background of that.
Oh my God. But she did say at least his mom cares. Now we were, this was edited to think that Yara was going to flip out and fight his mom when she saw these people there. And she was touched.
Yeah, because she was like, this many people care. This is so nice.
Right. So now they're slow dancing and he's touching her butt. And
I would be so mad.
There's people wearing hunting gear at this party.
I know. There's so much camouflage. I can't take it.
It's not even regular camouflage. It's hunting camo.
Yeah, that's like what you see on the deer cam.
The deer cam is full in effect at this party. And now his mom says, as they're slow dancing, they're really in love. And as she's saying that, Yara is saying in Yovi's ear, Yovi, you like that?
Yovi,
I hate you. I hate you.
I love it. It's so perfect.
So now she's sitting down to eat finally some non-mud bugs. And he's going to tell her, his mom and dad, that she's pregnant. So now she's the one that wanted to tell them, I think.
Right.
I think that she feels unsafe
Yes.
in a foreign country because he has never made her feel safe since he left her last time when she had a miscarriage.
Yes.
And I think that she wants to tell his parents so that a real adult knows and can take care of her if she's sick.
So like if something happens or people can check on her or care if she's okay.
Yes.
Yep.
I really think that. So now, are they eating in a different room from the party?
Okay, but nobody else is there. Right.
But it's also decorated for the party. So it's like those are the tables. It's probably like those are the eating tables and everyone else is just at the bar because it's like open bar.
That's what I think it is. Yes.
She said that she's so happy about the party. She looks really happy. So they tell his parents that she's pregnant and, you know, they weren't planning on it. And his mom is so happy. She's
really nice. She's like grown on me a lot.
Okay, I think that they really painted her as not a nice person, and she's so sweet. And she tells his dad to call her daughter.
But that was cute. That was fun. Like she has a really nice side. Yeah, but
I
she
think that
looked
all of her
like
sides
she's
are nice.
showing a little bit.
It could just be like her.
Maybe I'm not like shaming. It just looked like she was showing a little bit, and I was like, oh wow, that was quick. I wonder how far along she was. That's all.
Interesting. So now, Hovey does not hang out with her. He like ditches her for his friends. He's gonna do shots. And now she is also sipping champagne, and she says that she's not going to tell anyone because she wants to have a glass of champagne.
That's funny.
It's funny, but also a lot of people were very alarmed by it.
Really?
Yeah, because you know how like they say that you could have a glass of wine when you're pregnant? Apparently, new studies are out that it's extremely detrimental to the formation of your child.
Oh, good. Well, that's good because I'm pretty sure like my mom drank wine all throughout her pregnancy.
Shocking.
No, but for real, I always heard that like you could have red wine while you were pregnant. Not like
no, you can't have red wine. You can't have red wine.
Oh, okay.
Definitely
Maybe
can't.
I didn't know that.
I think it's white wine. So anyway, that's up for whatever discussion. I'm only an OBGYN from OBGYN.com. So.
.com. Don't forget the .com, guys.
So now she's telling his backstabbing friends, Klein and Frankie.
Yes.
His two-faced, disgusting friends.
The turncoats.
That were just talking about how she's marrying him for a green card. While they were stuck in the mud bugs. And now all of a sudden they're like, we told you that he's no good. This is terrible what he's doing.
Yeah. Oh, what a jerk.
He's not being attentive.
Yep.
So now she wants to chat with him and he is wasted. He is gone.
Okay,
wasted.
but he's like all the way wasted. He's like blackout drunk.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they're standing outside talking to the cameras and he's wasted. She's like, I'm so upset. And he's like, welcome to pregnancy, guys.
Yeah, he's disgusting. He's disgusting.
Okay, well, I mean, you could blame her being pregnant. You're still a jerk.
Yeah, you're still an alcoholic.
Yep. So he's like, I'll walk away right now. She's like, walk away.
Bye.
Walk away. Oh, like you did. Oh, you mean you're going to fly away like you did when I was in Albania getting surgery?
Ooh.
Go ahead. Go fly. Why don't you fly away?
Right. Just leave.
So she's like, you have to put me first. And then when we have a baby, you have to put the baby first.
But who knows if he can?
And he goes, I don't want to hear it anymore.
I think he feels like she's like an overbearing mom for him.
He left her in Albania. Getting surgery.
He's not wrong. But you know what's crazy is I really feel like they like really like each other actually a lot.
I don't know. Well, his eyes are bloodshot.
Yeah.
He looks unwell.
Yeah, he's not okay.
Okay. Well, I hope that he gets better.
Me too.
Also, I will say something else. A lot of people make a lot of comments about his teeth.
And
I was reading some medical journals at work because I'm a doctor. And
okay. OBGYN.com.
Yes, it seems like this might be a case of pacifier
mouth.
Yeah.
Yep.
So maybe maybe that's okay. Now it's all coming together.
Okay,
the
that's
strip
why.
Club.
It all comes full circle, doesn't it?
That's why he spends so much time at a strip club.
Funny.
Okay, this is my favorite segment. This was the funniest segment. I have so many things to say about this that I could do a whole podcast just on this couple.
Rebecca and Zayed.
Oh my God. All right, so this guy has been there for 7 days.
I can't take it.
Okay. I love how Mike and Natalie, she's 60 days in,
I know.
which is also a very good show on
I have yet to watch that.
Ooh, that is a rough show. I mean, it's good. It's A&E. It is a scary show.
Okay.
It gives me nightmares, but I like it.
I'm going to watch it.
So they're going to meet her son, Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
But they're still, they're not still fighting. She's still fighting about Hannah that offered to lend her family's fleet of trucks.
But do you think Hannah was really flirting?
No.
I just think she's an idiot.
Yeah, I think that the producers were like, flirt with Zayed, and she was like, hey, you want to borrow my mom's truck?
Nothing seemed flirty about it at all. Like,
all right. So now also, he's driving.
Okay, that's what I was like, you're not allowed to do that.
I don't know. I mean, listen, guys, you know more than us probably about the immigration laws. Does Zayed have an American license? Can he drive legally? Go over to the Facebook group 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk on Facebook and tell us what it is, what the right answer is.
Yeah, because
okay.
they've said we're other couples that they couldn't
right.
drive. Yeah.
All right. So now this is what Rebecca says.
Okay.
This is a direct quote. Are you
I'm ready? I know what you're gonna say.
She said, "That's what the GPS say. Why you do this?"
But why does she speak to
Rebecca,
him like that?
She is unlearning English.
No, she is a jerk. Why is she doing this?
Does she know that she speaks English fluently? It's her first language.
But so does he.
He speaks way better English than she does.
Yeah, I don't know what she's doing.
She's unlearning English.
Yeah,
she's going to opposite of English classes.
It's like she wants him not to speak correct English.
Yeah, maybe.
Yep,
so now also, do you notice he's wearing a wedding band?
No, I didn't notice that.
When he's driving,
I noticed he has a fuckboy haircut though.
I really like it.
Me too.
So now she's super mad that she was the oldest at the table when they went to dinner the other night. Okay, Rebecca, when you go to dinner with your kids,
yeah, that's what happens.
You're going to be the oldest at the table. She went to dinner with her kids and their friends.
Yeah. But she's the oldest person there.
Okay, but she went to dinner. I don't know if you heard me, but her kids and their friends.
Yes.
And she, by the way, she called that meeting her family.
Yep.
Her family, Hannah the trucker.
Hannah the trucker. Like, what? She is so unbelievably insecure, though.
It's pathetic.
Okay, but that's the thing. She has such a pathetic vibe to her. She also always looks like she's caught in a rainstorm. I don't know why.
What is happening with her? It's
why?
like you could see the progression. It's like, okay, this is what it's like. It's like when she's in the confessional, especially.
Yeah.
It's almost like they missed her with some chicken grease.
Yes.
In between takes.
Yes.
Like they're like, all right, say that again about Zayed meeting your grandchild. Hold on, wait. Let's just cut on set. She needs a spray.
Just put the bucket of KFC on her head.
What is happening?
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, so now Rebecca's like, Zayed, about Hannah. She said that she wants to come into our house when I'm not home, especially.
Right. That's not what she said.
Hannah said, my dad has a truck. That's basically what she said.
Right. Not like, I'm going to come over when Rebecca's not there. Don't wear clothes. You know? Like, none of this happened.
She was like...
Also, Rebecca takes him everywhere except the storage unit. Like, what's happening? They could be there.
They have the shopping cart. They have all of this time.
Yeah.
They're traveling.
You're going to meet all the kids? Go to the storage unit.
Get a couch. Get a plate.
Seriously.
All right. So this is another quote. If a woman in America offered to help you do anything, you say no. What?
It's like, what does that mean?
Everyone. Yeah, but Noelle, everyone knows that.
Oh, I guess that's a rule I didn't know about.
Well, apparently our quarantine mates don't know that.
I guess not. Jeez.
All right, I'm going to say it one more time. If a woman in America offered to help you do anything, you say no. That's insane, and I love it. So now she's like, you don't think Hannah's cute? And he's like, yeah, she's cute. You're more cute.
Right. Like, I love you. Stop. It's not even like they're probably never going to speak again.
He's like,
You
I
know?
100% did not know what she even said to me.
Yeah.
Also, I got to tell you, I didn't really know what Hannah was talking about
No,
either.
Hannah looked like stoned. She didn't know what she was talking about.
Hannah was getting fed lines from production and she
Yes.
was saying them wrong.
Right. They were
That's
they
what
were
was
saying it in
happening.
her ear, right? Uh-huh.
Mhm. And she was like, my family trucks. My trucker, dad, truck. Help move.
Come over?
Move into your house when Rebecca's not there. Me. No. Okay, so crazy things are happening.
I
so
can't
excited. All
take any of this.
All right, so now 100% he has all of his fake tattoos on.
Yes.
Doesn't look terrible on him either.
No.
Okay, so she's like, oh my God, isn't it weird you're Brandon's stepdad? Nope.
Okay, but you're not.
You're just not.
You're just not.
First of all, they're not even married. And he's
No.
2 years older than Brandon. Stop trying to make it weirder.
She wants it to be weird, though.
Okay, let me tell you something. Her son is so nice. His family is so nice.
But why couldn't they pick him up from the airport?
Oh, come on.
You know?
So now they're very welcoming and they tell the kids, they're like, look, it's Grandpa Zayed. That was so funny. They're
That
being
was
very
really
silly
funny.
about it. They seem to
Uh-huh.
have no problem. So Rebecca has 5 grandchildren.
I know. I didn't realize that.
And he's like, he really likes kids. He has his nieces and his nephew. He's playing ball with them. And then she says, kids gravitate towards him. Like Hannah.
Right. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then, because so now the baby.
I like that they
15's
call him Papa Zayed, too.
They were being so
I
silly
know.
with
They
him.
were really silly.
And then she says, he's so good with them. It's almost like when she was saying, like, he smells so good.
Uh-huh. I know. Why does she do that?
We could see him.
Right,
No
we have
one is not
eyes.
liking him. You're making us not like you, Mom.
That's the thing. She is so much more annoying than he is any day of the week.
Now she's upset again.
Of course.
Because now she's thinking that because he was nice to her grandkids, she thinks that he's going to leave her for someone younger so he could have kids. Okay. This is my favorite part of the whole episode.
I'm ready.
I had to talk about it with so many people last night because I couldn't talk about it with you because I wanted to have a unique conversation with you.
Okay.
All right. So turns out Rebecca, she said that she can't have kids because of a tumor that she had and she had to have a partial hysterectomy.
Okay. So it can't be because she's like fucking 50 years old, right? Okay.
No, it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with her hysterectomy.
Also,
Otherwise,
what's
she
a
would be.
partial hysterectomy? I don't even know what that is.
I guess they just take out some of the stuff.
Oh, okay. Not all of it.
Listen,
Yeah.
I don't care if they took out
None of the stuff.
none of the stuff, all the stuff,
Right.
even if they put extra stuff in.
Right.
I don't care what happened. You are 49 years old, and I have
Yes.
bad news for you.
Yes.
Your hysterectomy has nothing to do with why you can't have a baby.
Thank
and
you.
I love how she's like, I told him that I had a hysterectomy, and it's like, yeah, he knew you couldn't have kids because he has eyes.
He knows how old you are. You
Yeah.
also age yourself with your clothing, with your makeup.
Why you didn't like her white top from the prairie?
No. I don't like her tiered off eyeliner either. I hate it.
God, what is? I
hate
she's
it.
not a bad looking woman, but what is she doing?
That's the thing. I feel like the season we met her, she was so cute.
yes,
I don't know
this
what
is-
happened.
She's crumbling under pressure.
She is. I'm telling you, she has that most pathetic energy. I can't take it.
Well, that's what it is. It's really not about her
desperate
looks.
energy.
The
Uh-huh.
desperation and the puppy dog whining and the
victim. Yeah.
Oh,
I just
God,
like
so
like
much.
when they picked him up from the airport. It's like, well, why do we have to take one car? They made me. Grow up.
Oh, they made
Yeah,
me. I got in
uh-huh.
trouble. I got grounded. My daughter grounded me.
Gross.
All right. So now they go to get ice cream. Now he says that
Yeah.
he wants coffee and ice cream together. And I'm like, ooh, he's getting an affogato.
Yeah. And I was like,
Nope.
that's delicious.
No, they just got coffee
He
flavored
got
ice
coffee
cream.
ice cream.
I was like, that's adorable how he said that. Okay. So now she's like, how do you like being called grandpa? He's like, listen, I don't know if you know, but
Right.
I knew you had 5 grandkids when I came here.
Right.
He's like, I didn't just discover
Right.
this. Also, Does he have a flipper on in this scene?
Okay, yes, he does. He does.
Okay, just checking.
Uh-huh.
I don't
was
know
thinking
why.
the same thing.
Are his teeth that bad in real life?
I didn't think so. Like, I don't judge. I do judge, but like, I don't judge. I like him a lot, but I never noticed it until this scene.
Yeah,
the
it was
sides
very weird.
looked empty.
All right. Well, here's a quote from him. She
Yeah.
asked him if he wants kids. They're kind of she's kind of fighting with him, and he's not fighting with her.
Right. He's like, I don't know what the future. He doesn't want to think about it though, which is not
Okay.
really.
So now this is a quote from him. This is to the cameras. Every man in the world wants children, but my God want me marry Rebecca. Well, your God is an unkind God.
Yeah, that's a mean God.
So he doesn't want kids?
Right, but that's the thing. I don't know. He loved macaronas kids.
He's like, I like kids and macarona.
Macarona.
Macarona and kids. Okay, so now she said that he is not allowed to divorce her, even if he wants to, and even if he wants kids.
I
And
tell
he
Matt
said,
that all the time, though. Literally all the time.
Stop! I can't breathe.
He was watching it with me. He's like, sounds like someone I know.
Are you gonna start telling Matt that you're 59 and you lied to
I
him?
can't have kids. Sorry, I'm 59. I tell him all the time. I'm like, no matter what happens, you can't divorce me. You're just not allowed. You're just not allowed. I tell him that all the time.
So Rebecca took a page out of your book.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So now he said that the best way to deal with the situation is to not think about it.
I mean, I try that with things like all of my childhood trauma. But I feel like it doesn't
How's that
work.
going?
It
How's
doesn't
that
work.
going?
It comes out in the weirdest ways, I swear.
Oh God! Like forcing someone not to divorce you.
Yeah, like that.
Well, I gotta tell you, there's been things in our lives where I'm like, Noelle, I don't know what to tell you.
Yes.
But I think the only thing we have to do is not think about it.
Uh-huh. And it just really
Sometimes
works.
it works. Yeah, I
Uh-huh.
think it's gonna work out for them. They seem like a really happy couple. Also, are sunglasses just her hairstyle?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
that's like her hair clip.
She's like, ooh, I love these new headbands. They look just like sunglasses.
It's such a Jill Zarin move. She does the same thing.
I don't know if I would compare. That's kind of mean to Jill. But
No,
okay.
I know, but Jill does the same thing with sunglasses, and they always talk about she's like accessory vomit. She wears so much accessories.
She likes a little what do we call it? Flare.
Oh, yeah, she does like flair.
All right, so now let's talk about, because we have to before we
Yeah.
end this podcast, Tariq and Hazel. This is April 2020, and they're having wine, and he's like creepy. I don't know. I don't like it. He's like, we're having wine, and you're a lightweight, and
Like I said, I was watching this with Matt, and he's like, "Why is this guy so corny? Who is this?" And I was
Okay.
like, "Yeah, he is."
he didn't see him rap though, because I did.
So I was like, "You didn't hear him rap about ghost peppers." I'm like, "I'm gonna play it for you."
Hella hot sauce, hella hot sauce.
What bothers me is his hair.
Oh no, I don't even know he has a head, to be
I
honest
can't
with you.
I can't take him.
I
I
don't-
can't take him.
Oh, no. His hair is definitely not the problem here. So now they're wedding planning. And so
Right.
they're going to Zoom with his friend Angela, who I love.
Me too.
Okay, also, we find out that Angela has an indoor pool in her house?
Yeah, I'd like to move in, Angela. I'm here.
And she's like, it's too cold for that. Turn the heat on, Angela.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
What do you mean
I would
it's too
never
cold?
close that pool.
So now Hazel, she wants more happy.
Mm-hmm.
She wants a girlfriend right away.
Yep.
And he's claiming that she's drunk.
Which, no, I think she's wanted a girlfriend right away the whole time.
So Angela said, why don't you guys get to know each other first?
Yes.
And she also, which I like, Angela, good thing, women power.
Right.
She's like, I just want to make sure this is your decision, and he's
I
not
love
pressuring
that.
you.
Yep.
And she's like, no, it's my decision. And she's like, oh, okay, then go ahead.
And
Now,
she's like, no judgment, which I love.
okay, I might get in a ton of trouble for this.
I'm ready.
I want to have an open discussion, and I want no one to be mad at me.
Okay.
Okay, well, first of all, bisexual, we've talked about this before, does
Yeah.
not mean that you have both a man and a woman as a partner.
Right.
Bisexual means that you're attracted to men and women.
Yes.
It could be equal. It could not be equal. It doesn't matter.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Polyamory
Yes.
means that you want to be in a relationship with more than one person.
Yes.
and it's, you know, it's not specific to gender.
Right. Mm-hmm.
To me, where I see this situation, I really see that. Okay, you didn't see when Tariq and Hazel first met.
No.
She was calling him fat. She was not attracted to him. I really do think that she wanted to be with him because she wanted to come to America.
Yeah.
I think that she thought because he has a daughter, she's special needs, he takes good care of her. I feel like that is her sign that he's a safe person.
Yes.
And he's not going to hurt her. He respects women. He's a good dad.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think
she wants to be with a woman.
She wants to be with a
So
woman.
do I.
Because I don't think that, you would want to not even establish one relationship and then get into another one.
Right. Like, I think you're right. I think she wanted to live with him. He's a nice guy. I think
Sure.
that she knows that he'll be very nice to her. He'll never abuse her,
right.
And she has even she can bring her child here.
Sure.
She has a child. But you're right. When I watch this, I think that maybe she can't say that she's a lesbian. Maybe she doesn't know that she's a lesbian yet. But I do think...
Or maybe she's just bisexual and favors women. It doesn't, that's not the problem. It's just that I don't think she wants to be with him.
No, she doesn't want to be with him. But I think she loves him, but she's not in love with him. Like that type of situation.
I think she likes him. She wants to live with him.
Right. I think she cares about him, but I don't think... I don't think she is hot and bothered for the man.
Not at all.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Not at all. So I hope that... I don't know. Maybe she could
be happy.
Yeah, maybe she could just discover herself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If you guys want to talk more about this, and you absolutely do, you're going to listen to me. This is not a suggestion. That's the whole thing. And I don't mean to be bossy, but I am a bossy dragon.
She is, though, guys. I'm telling you.
I really am very bossy, and I need you. You're listening. We have, I hate to give out numbers, but we have over 60 million active listeners.
Yes.
We need every single one of you to download the Stereo app. The link is going to be right down there in the show notes. Mm-hmm. You're going to follow me at Tracey Tuzini. You're going to follow Noelle at Noe Girl. And you're going to download the Stereo app. And every Wednesday night at 7 p.m., we're going to have a live Trash Talk after show. Mm-hmm. And I want you guys to join us live. Because don't you ever scream your opinions into the abyss hoping that we can hear you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, well, now we can because we're going live on the Stereo app where you can ask us your questions directly on the app. We have brand new content going live every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you're going to talk to us directly. Mm-hmm. Also, do you ever realize that after we wrap the podcast, you forget to say something super important?
All the time, yes.
Well, with our after show, our listeners can get the full story, hear everything we missed on our show exclusively on the Stereo app, and even better, you guys can all join the conversation live and talk directly to us on the app.
I love it. I love every Wednesday night. We have so much fun. It's like my favorite day of the week now.
Yeah, because we're taking the after party of Trash Talk over to Stereo. We're going to talk directly to you about anything you want. Stereo is where people have started talking together again. You can be your very own talk host, or if listening is more your jam, just jump on our Stereo Talk, ask all of the questions you've been itching to ask. Mm-hmm. Don't miss our Trash Talk after party over on the Stereo app. We'll be going live every Wednesday. We want to hear from you. Our stereos have been so much fun. I can't wait till Wednesday every night.
No, me too. I was asked to do something Wednesday night. I was like, sorry, can't. I
nope,
have to stereo.
Can't do it.
Can't do
can't
it.
Do it.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do it. I don't. Yeah, you were supposed to meet that guy and he was going to give you all the money, right?
Oh, yeah, that guy. Huh? That was the guy I was supposed to meet. Nope.
You were like, yeah, I'd rather do stereo,
sorry,
but thanks so much.
I'll get the money on Thursday.
Oh, Noelle. Guys, make sure that you check out Stereo, though. It's right there down in the show notes. Click the link, download the app, join us. And if you can't join us on Wednesday, we totally understand. Download the app anyway, and you can listen anytime you want. We already have a few stereos up, so you can listen to our past episodes.
Do it, guys. They're funny. You'll like it. You like us.
Noelle, it's totally free. Like, it's 100% free.
Not only is it free, we can't even see your face. You can't see ours.
Nope. Nope. It's just audio. So it's so amazing. It's super, super fun. We love you. We'll see you on Wednesday. We'll see you next week. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at 90 Day Podcast. Check us out, on Stereo, on Instagram, and on Twitter. I'm at Tracey Tuzini. Noelle is Noe Girl. Also,
Yeah.
we have stickers, we have magnets, we have buttons, we have all these things for sale. You'll see it on our social media. Check it out. Also, I'm on the Cameo app if anyone needs a really amazing gift. I'm perfect for weddings and funerals.
I mean, she's not wrong, guys.
I really am. Go to TraceyCarnazzo.com. There's some information out there, and we'll see you next week.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Bye.